Welcome back to Mario RPG.
I'm a fucker.
Damn, are we back in Newgrounds?
Let's go back to Mushroom Kingdom and tell everyone we screwed up.
Brawlhalla.
Boo.
Oh yeah, I always forget to turn that dang thing off on my
Nobody
Switch.
turns it off.
I never remember how to turn it off, honestly.
Nobody turns it off, so just forget it.
Yeah, it's funnier. It's funnier that way, because then you guys can see if these two were playing something while I was recording this for commentary. Spoiler alert, 90% of the time they're not.
Gee, I wonder what... Gee, it's almost like we have a life outside of the computer.
We do?
I'm not recording this 24/7.
Can I jump as high as you,
If that
Mario?
were the case, I'd have this whole game recorded by now.
Yeah, right, kid.
Thanks.
Thanks a bunch. And you just
the-
destroyed the child's hopes and dreams.
This is the best thing about this game. You can make Mario a total dick. It does not affect the story
Does
whatsoever. You can just be a total dick for no reason. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it was like that in the original as well.
Yeah.
I just do like it. It's just like, no. And then he just stops like, oh. Okay.
I'm usually able to jump on people when they're moving up and down, but...
Hey, Mario, look what you're standing in.
Gotcha. Mario just punches her in
No,
the face.
and during my run, I just had to stand there. I just stood there to have Mario stare at her the entire time. At that point, the game thought I moved away.
No, this funny thing too, yeah, if you stand there without doing the jump, the game gives you the prompt to jump after like 30 seconds.
It's like it forces you to fall for the joke.
Also, Raz and Rainy are like the only instance of a recurring, of like a side quest, quote unquote, in this game, technically.
Oh boy.
Because they actually have like a character arc.
Coins?
They're one of like two characters in this game that have, technically three because there's two of them. They're a rare set of characters that actually have a character arc in this game. Also this kid.
Mess with him.
I lost because of you.
We'll come back for that much later. I don't remember at what point in the game that actually comes up, but we can come back later and get a mini game from him. I think it's after you get a full party. So like once Bowser and Peach are in your party, you can go back.
I thought it was at endgame.
I'm not even sure.
It might be at endgame too. I can't remember exactly when it is.
Either. Ugh, so much blur.
Yeah, blame the...
That might be the
capture
stream
card on
quality.
that. I couldn't really do much about that, unfortunately.
Yeah. One of the frogs said he's grandchildren's ring. Aaron's in town today. Oh, wait, you're here to shop?
Yeah.
Never mind, forget what I said.
Right. Oh, you got money for me? Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of
Here
money.
your money. Get jump shoes. Jump shoes are your best friend.
And never unequip the jump shoes unless you get the super suit, because it's basically Mario's best accessory in the entire fucking game until you get the super suit.
Get off of there.
It's not the best stat-wise, but it makes your jump attack work on any type of enemy, so it's pretty much his best accessory in the entire game.
That's why I took it off.
I mean,
was waiting
if you
for
want
it.
to get 100 super jumps, the easiest way to get 100 super jumps is to take the jump shoes off and just spam super jump on a Spiny, so that you don't kill it. Also, with this version, they give you the signal ring way too fucking early.
Well, they kind of have to, because trying to find these when you've never played the game before is fucking impossible.
Yeah.
Hey, if you could do it in the original, you could do it here. They don't change where it is. I'm not mad about it. I'm just surprised they give it to you so early.
And that's all it does.
Yep. They give where they give it to you in the original, don't they just make it like a much better version of this signal ring?
At the very...
In the original, it just makes the noise. It makes the ringing sound that there's a treasure box inside. It doesn't have that text that says there is a treasure nearby in the room.
I think at
Endgame
they gave you a much better version of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In this version, yes, they do.
And because like
think when
because there is no actual indicator of there being hidden treasure at all, so you have to jump everywhere to know.
Yeah.
By the way, if
And
you
that's what I mean.
The most you get is the signal ring telling you that there is a treasure box in that room somewhere.
that one frog coin with Toad, if you happen to mess that up, there is actually a Toad that comes by later that lets you do it. That lets you try again.
Yes, but in the original Super Nintendo version, I can't remember. Like it does come back in the Super Nintendo version, but I don't. I think they slightly changed where he walks, so you can actually get the treasure box if you miss it the first time. Because I think in the Super Nintendo version, he after that part, he walks just far enough away from the balcony that you can't reach it. So you have to get out on that spot, otherwise you can never get it again.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's just a frog coin, so you don't really miss out on too much if you miss it in the original.
You have to get.
If it was a flower, then you'd be screwed.
You have to get the Chancellor's permission to pass. Bitch, who do you think I am?
A nobody, that's who. Who the fuck is this
how there's
Mario
two
guy?
bedrooms. I like how there's 2 bedrooms in this castle. Only 2? So where do all the toads sleep?
Who is this
floor.
Mario guy? I only know Luigi.
The Chancellor has the Chancellor has a bedroom across from the throne room, and Peach has a bedroom the next floor down. Where do all the toads rest?
Outside of the castle?
They have their own little tents.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah, going back to the signal ring.
Which
thing,
one is Toad? I wonder.
Like, if you don't actually have that signal ring, how else are you supposed to know there's a hidden treasure there? The answer? You don't.
That's
You
the
don't.
neat-
That's
the
why
neat
you
part.
go into that, like, if you don't go down to that basement level in the castle and talk to that toad woman that explains what hidden treasures are, you don't even know that hidden treasures are even a thing in the original.
I love.
Not to mention, even with the signal ring. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I love that they brought this back.
Yeah,
I know. I'm so glad they brought this back. I also love how they still kept the siren alarm for Peach just yelling.
Mario is so powerful he can make the entire castle shake just by standing in it.
I just like how the Toad joins in and just like, oh yeah, this is my part.
What were you saying? What were you going to say before Logic?
Oh yeah, like, and even if you have the signal ring, even with there's being an indicator that there's a hidden treasure in the room, there is literally no other indicator that there's a hidden treasure where it's at. So you have to jump everywhere, and that's not fun actually. Because then you're spending like 10 minutes in a room jumping.
I don't know why they added this way later in this version. Like,
Yeah.
Toad is supposed to explain how equipment works when you first get the hammer from the Hammer Brother. For some reason, this version waits till now to explain how to equip things. I don't know why.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with it. It's not that long. It's just I'm surprised they decided to wait an extra 5 minutes.
Ah!
Ow, my head.
Man, no wonder Mario hates this place.
No wonder the Mushroom Kingdom never has this Chancellor ever again. Nobody likes this guy. He never shuts up.
He turned to Toadsworth off screen.
Toadsworth is dead. There's no other explanation. That guy is dead.
That man hasn't shown up in like a little over 15
He hasn't
years.
been in a game since I think Thousand Year Door. And if they remove him from Thousand Year Door remake, that canonizes the fact that he's dead.
Actually, I think he was at least
If he's
in
not
Mario
in the
and
Thousand
Luigi.
Year Door
Yes, he
remake,
was.
he's fucking
He was
dead.
in Mario and Luigi. He was in the remake. He was in the 3DS remake.
Oh, that's right. He was in Mario and Luigi. Never mind. Okay, he's alive. Barely.
He's in Partners in Time too, but I can't remember if he was in Bowser's Inside Story.
He
or
was.
not.
I don't think he was.
He was.
'Cause Bowser's Inside Story was a lot of stuff.
He was, but he wasn't relevant in the plot.
Yeah.
Like he's in the remake as well, so they at least acknowledge his
Right.
existence.
Poor Alpha Dream.
Well, they kind of put themselves in that situation.
Yeah.
Who asked for a remake of Bowser's Inside Story?
Everybody's like, Nintendo save Alpha Dream. I'm like, why?
Right.
Also, thanks to this version, I never realized that Croco had a shell on his back. I always thought I always thought it was just the sack that he was carrying, but he apparently has a saddle on his back
Yes,
too.
he has a saddle.
It's harder to notice that in the Super Nintendo version.
I do like these cutscenes.
I noticed it, but I nitpick shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I like these little cutscenes because
they look really nice.
Like they're pretty 1-to-1 to how they were in the Super Nintendo version, only a lot more cinematic, and I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Logic's backyard with all the storming.
It's flooding.
Look all.
I guess Mallow is in California crying his
ass out. Look at all the
Sire
Gokus everywhere.
Screw you. Okay, so only a couple of people talk about how the fact that it's raining. No one seems to care that it just spontaneously started raining out of nowhere.
You're soaking wet, aren't you?
Yep. It's everyone's favorite character.
Bullshit.
Actually,
Mallow for
surprisingly,
Smash?
there are a lot more Mallow fans than I realized there were. I thought most of the fans were for Geno, but there are a lot of Mallow fans.
Nah, that's just the way it is now, because until they finally did this remake, everyone was clamoring for Geno. But then once they played it, it's like, wow, Geno's kind of flat. I like Mallow more.
No, everyone is always talking about Geno, but then when the first trailer showed up, everyone's like, "Oh man, Mallow, my boy!" Like, no, shut up! You never cared about Mallow. Stop pretending like you cared about Mallow.
I'm a little busy.
You should.
Yeah. And then if you want to be a total jerk, if you keep saying no to him.
No!
No.
I never thought you'd be so mean, Mario.
Right. Who cares
You
if
mean
can
it's
jump?
so
cool.
There's very little, like, this is one of the rare times where being a jerk actually makes people call you out for being a jerk.
You know,
He's like, wow,
I can't get
Mario.
All right,
I
already.
can't get my coin back without your help, right?
Young frog Mallow, who doesn't look at all like a frog. Gee, I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's because he's a tadpole.
Now let's thought peek some enemies.
No.
Speaking of Mario and Luigi, they totally brought the scrapbook from Mario and Luigi and put it in this game, and I'm totally okay with it. It's basically your synopsis and bestiary.
Oh, damn. I thought you were going to stand there until they finally gave you the prompt.
That's what I did.
Nah. So anyway, you have the monster list.
It's just
now you have your synopsis.
Prepare yourself for the underwear. My hammer and I don't like you.
I don't like you. And then the cool thing is that different characters actually write down in the diary based on what part of the story you're in.
Hell yeah.
And once you get Mallow's thought peak, until you get that, the game basically fills in your bestiary for you until you get thought peak, and then it's like, okay, now you have to do it yourself.
Actually, not
well,
true.
you do thought peak for getting enemy weaknesses and a bunch of other stuff, and like you have to do the perfect time
it
on
fills out
thought
the
peak.
bestiary, so
Because you have to do the perfect thought peak in order to get like a star next to the enemy's name in the bestiary.
Yes.
right.
Otherwise, like if you don't do the perfect thought peak, you're technically not 100%ing the monster list.
Yeah. There is a point in the game where you can pay someone to fill in the monster list for you, but
Needs fraud coins for that, right?
Yes.
Just for reference sake, I am not going for 100% monster list because screw that takes too long. I didn't even do that in my original playthrough.
Oh man.
There wasn't even a
takes
bestiary
forever, dude.
There wasn't even a monster list in the original, was there? So the only reason you did
No, there wasn't.
thought
you
peak / psychopath
the
for
only-
was for checking the health.
Yeah, and you got you got like fun dialogue if you do the timed hit on it.
It is still worth it to thought peek in this though, because it is fun to check out all the dialogue that pops up.
I love how we have to buy pants for Mallow even though he's already wearing pants.
He came in with the boxers.
I guess.
He wears boxers. He's wearing boxers the entire time. Man's running naked.
Why not?
Running naked.
Here comes one of my favorite lines.
Yep.
He was zooming up a second ago. Didn't you see him?
Did he look something like this?
Do it, Mario.
Yeah, exactly. You look exactly like that douchebag.
Why didn't you stop him?
Because I forgot my bazooka at home. Sheesh, give me a break.
I love that line.
And then I just like the fan art that popped up or rather, I think it was way before that, where, like, the fan art of the Toad actually not forgetting the bazooka.
Yes.
Wasn't that a Miiverse post back when this was on, like, the Wii U?
Not that I know.
Someone drew Toad with a bazooka?
There was that, and I think actual fan art.
Yeah, it was like a comic or something.
Like, I didn't forget.
Now for the most...
I didn't forget my bazooka.
Now for the one thing that even I'm like, that's a little unnecessary. This game has a quick jump feature on a map that takes 2 seconds to get back to where you are.
Yes.
I think the quick jump feature is a little unnecessary.
I love this. I love this tune, by the way.
I do too.
Also, this will be the last time I bring it up. It's like Sire saying the quick jump is unnecessary after he left in the Peach getting kidnapped scene twice back in the first part.
What does that have to do with there being an unnecessary quick jump?
It just tells me you like wasting time.
Thank you.
Da 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 da.
Fair enough.
That's the last time I'll bring it up.
Also,
though,
you
I
did
swear.
it.
I'll try.
One thing I
anyway.
do like about this version, Mallow does not completely suck ass the second he's in your party. He can actually do decent damage with no weapons this time. In the original, he could barely hit 3 with a timed hit. Now he can do 16.
I cast Thunder Spell.
Oh yeah, and that's
right
another.
now.
That's
Actually,
another
I think I'm
thing.
gonna show off Dog Peak first.
That's another thing too, because the way item management works in this game compared to the original version, it's worthwhile to have Mallow spam spells because you could just easily recover that those flower points back a lot easier now.
Yes.
Oh yeah. They also let you like. Not only that, but you can actually carry more items in this version than you did in the original.
That's why I'm
items
saying.
Actually stack this time.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You could hold a lot more of everything.
Oh,
and-
my bad. I misheard exactly what you were saying. My fault.
Because so you're not just entirely limited on your space like you were in the original. You can go ham with the spells and just recover the FP back a lot easier instead of like feeling like you're getting by on scraps.
Right.
Which was my complaint of the original game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, the item management in the original game wasn't that bad unless you were hoarding flower tabs.
Oh my god, he cut out a battle. Yeah!
My boy
Yeah!
is learning! Woo!
I told you I was gonna edit. Why would you think I was?
Because you haven't. Because you never did it last.
There wasn't really much to edit out in the last.
Because in most of your Let's Plays, you never do, even when we remind you.
Shut up.
No, I won't shut up. Come to my house and make me, bitch.
Why don't you come over to my house and make me edit?
You live very far away.
And I live
Yeah,
farther away
I
from
live just
either
as
of
far
you.
away from you as you live far away from me. So.
Logic has to get a plane just to do that.
Yeah, I have to get a
Reliably.
plane to get to either of them.
Reliably.
So,
I mean, you guys are only 1 hour apart in terms of time zone. I'm 3 hours away from Ouija and 2 hours away from you.
Yeah, well, in terms of where you are on the world map from me, you're actually closer to me than Luigi is.
It's like the equivalent of Find Me IRL.
Kind of. But anyway, this is what the signal ring does. So now it's telling you there's a hidden treasure box somewhere in the area, but it doesn't tell you exactly where
Are you ready to jump everywhere like a madman? No? Well, too bad.
There is an upgraded version where you find it in the original game where it flat out tells you where it is because the your controller will start rumbling if you get closer where it is.
Yeah, well, that's...
Also, Mallow's fucking dying, so unfortunately, he does not have HP rain yet.
Yeah, you just
He'll get it eventually.
You know, you can just use a mushroom, right?
Yeah, that too.
Also, the golden thing, that is special enemy. Special enemies are just slightly stronger variants of the same enemy, and they will usually give you a frog coin if you kill them.
They always give a
They
frog.
almost always do.
Yeah.
Also, that's the fear status. Just makes it so your attack is halved.
I'm like, oh, whoop-de-doo. You're dead anyway.
Well,
for Mallow, thankfully for Mallow, it's like, oh, now my attack does 2.
for literally anyone that's not Mallow, that is definitely like dragging out the fight. But for Mallow, it's like, the fuck do I care? It's like, what the fuck do I care? Mallow doesn't care.
Mallow's like, Thunderbolt, bitch.
Well, yeah, special enemies, they're beefier. They generally give a little bit more XP and coins, and they will always give a frog coin.
Yeah. And then this is what the...
Oh, I think that's the defense up plus 1. You can take a hit for free.
Yeah, Eggshell is defense up, and it also pretty much makes you immune to 1 attack.
Yep.
Which is not the best one that I wanted. I was hoping I would get the one that heals me, because Mallow kind of needs, you know, to be healed from the fear status right now.
Nah, he's fine.
You just gotta kill the enemy.
He's fine.
And this is what threw me off the first time when I played this. In the original, you can actually choose to play with the original control. Special attacks, you press Y to open the special menu, but then you'd have to press Y to use the special. Now you press Y to open the special menu, then you have to press A, and the action command is on A. Unless you change it back to the original play
Let's see if he gets it his first time. He got it.
I got it.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola is the best healing item in the game. It fully heals all your HP for your entire party.
I sold it for money.
I just like that, like, because in the original it was called Caro Cola, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And
you are not supposed to get one this early. You don't usually get Caro Colas until, like, Rosetown.
Yeah, but I will just say, though, that is, like, the best change that they could have made in the remake. Coca-Cola! That's fucking perfect!
Not this scene where now, whenever you gain a level, everyone dances?
Hell yeah, that's too.
Baby.
So many memes came up because of those dances.
Oh yeah, and it just explains you can use HP rain outside of battle.
Yeah. Another thing they changed in this version is you can actually find extra items on the world map that weren't originally there before.
I'm 100 miles ahead of you. Yeah, because the game dictates me to.
Like that sack that you saw me pick up earlier was not in the original version.
Get that motherfucker!
And at this point, since I've already shown off all the enemies and I'm trying not to edit too much, I'm just going to bypass all of them. Because once Mario learns Fireball, you should be more than ready for Croco.
Yeah,
especially for right here.
Like, honestly, you don't even have to grind. You're perfectly fine with just ignoring most of the enemies.
But if you do want to grind, right here is a perfect grind spot. Because you get the star, which insta-kills enemies. And, just like in the Super Nintendo version, if you game over, it automatically boots you up to the last checkpoint, where right before you got everything. So you keep all your experience, all your items that you didn't use, and the star respawns in the treasure box. So if you want to, you can kill yourself, restart the game, and then get the star again, and you can grind there. I'm not going to do that because that takes forever.
I wonder.
Not to mention, like we said, it's worthless to do.
That makes me wonder if they patched out the soft lock.
There was a soft lock?
Yeah, like there's a way you can take a star. You can take a star to another area of the map, and if you kill a specific, if you kill a specific enemy on that map, the game soft locks.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to be able to get to it in time. And I'm sorry for the abrupt jump cut there. I think what happened there is, like, I didn't get the thought peak for the paratrooper, so I just showed me getting that, and I cut the rest of the battle out.
Boing, boing.
And now for this part, you just kind of just chase Croco around and just sneak up behind him. Otherwise, he just yells at you and makes fun of you and runs away again.
What's up, bitch?
I just like this part. Like, I've had it one time where he would run around and just go back to the same spot he was just at.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you just insta get in front of him again. You only have to do it 3 times, though.
The Goomba caught him first. Goomba's is sitting there like, I did it first, bitch. Let me fight him. I'm gonna fuck him up.
I love how this Goomba's just gonna watch us kick Croco's ass.
I could help, but
you just get the thing of popcorn.
Oh, I like this.
Croco.
When you actually hit him with a fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is something they added. You actually get to see him freak out because his tail's on fire.
So
Croco is weak to fire.
And I think this also makes it so like it's like a free turn of him not being able to do anything.
Gosh, I'm good.
Like he'll put the fire out. Yeah, he puts out the fire.
That only
and then
happens the one time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one time.
Yeah, it only happens once. Gosh, I'm good. He says he's on fire.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've done that before, actually. He's just fucking spinning while the fire's on his tail. He's like, "Man, I'm good." It's like, what are you talking about? Oh, you didn't.
It's actually surprisingly tougher to do the perfect action command on the fireball this time.
No, it's not.
Not unless you. No, not unless.
It's a little. The timing's a little bit weird.
No, you just gotta mash until the gauge fills up completely. I mean, if you're doing like
I know, but like you have less time to do it than you think sometimes.
No, not really.
Well, that's. I just button mash like I usually do, and it's like I never gotten anything less than a perfect.
Yeah, same. We're gonna bully you if you miss one perfect, for the record.
Nah.
Froge coin.
I'm not gonna get 999 perfects in a row. Okay, it's just not gonna happen. I think the most I got on my own time playing this, I got like a 235 chain before I.
We're not talking about the chain.
No, we're talking about the fireball.
Oh, not getting him perfect. Well, I already did that once. You missed it, so it's too late now.
No, that's why I brought up the whole button mashing thing.
Yeah, if you miss one perfect with the fireball, we're gonna bully you until the playthrough's over.
Not to mention, this is why fast travel's a thing. Like if you didn't have it, you'd have to go. Like even if it's like 1 minute, it saves you so much time instead of having to go all the way back through all this.
Yes.
Well, in the original, they dropped a spring that warped you back to the start of Bandit's Way, but because it has fast travel, you don't need that anymore.
Indeed.
Exactly.
And also, that's the only time in the game where they give you a fast travel in the original.
And here you have it everywhere, so you don't have to backtrack through dungeons if you don't want to.
Yeah. But apparently something went wrong in Mushroom Kingdom. Guys, we were gone 10 minutes. What happened?
Sorry, guys.
Apparently. So we'll have to save the Mushroom Kingdom again next time.
Bowser,
when aren't we?
Bowser won't let me catch a break.
Yeah.